Insurance Insights is a presentation of the Institute's Griffith Insurance Education Foundation, whose mission is to empower public policymakers through a greater understanding of insurance and risk management. Deeply committed to objectivity, all Griffith Foundation programming is strictly instructional in nature and does not support a position on any issues.
Lawmakers and regulators grapple with a variety of risk management and insurance-related issues, and information is a valuable tool that helps those who carry out this important public policy work. The Insurance Research Council, often referred to as the IRC, is deeply involved in providing timely insurance-specific information to a variety of audiences. This work may be of help to public policymakers in many ways. Joining me in discussion to talk about the important work of the IRC are Dale Porfilio, President of the Insurance Research Council, and Vicki Kilgore, Assistant Vice President. Dale, for those unfamiliar with the Insurance Research Council, will you tell us a bit about its history and its mission?
Happy to do so, and thanks for having me here, Frank. The history of the IRC started in 1977. The insurance industry decided they wanted to come together and say, if we share data, can we conduct some research in a new and novel way? And they commissioned the first auto injury study, going deep on personal auto injury claims. From there, the Insurance Research Council was formed, and we've kept that tradition alive of doing the auto injury study every 5 years, and we are looking to do our next one in using 2022 data to be live in 2023. The mission of the Insurance Research Council is to conduct research that can inform the public policy debate all around property and casualty insurance issues. And it's from there that the Insurance Research Council does what we do every day of trying to deliver research that can help inform that public discussion.
Can you provide a flavor for the depth and breadth of IRC's research?
The IRC conducts research from three foundational places. Many of our studies start from insurance company data, that we bring together data from as many different insurance companies as we can. A second source is to start from consumer surveys. And a third source is to start from public sources like the National Insurance, the NAIC, or Fast Track, places like that. When we talk about wanting to go deep, it's really looking through one of those three lenses to say, what are the questions we want to address, and is it better addressed using insurance company data, or starting from public data, or starting from those consumer surveys? The places that we are most known for is that auto injury, going deep on those places, which for that we have to go into individual insurance company data files. And so we have different sources over the years that we've done to do that. In 2022, we're building a first of its kind auto injury claims analytics database. This will be a chance for us to get really rich data from a number of insurance companies. We've got commitments from 7 different companies so far. We'd certainly welcome others. To try to be able to go deep on individual claim files and say what happens when humans are hurt in auto claims. It's focused on personal auto, but it'll allow us to go deeper than we ever have before. And part of the power of having a standing database is we can be more responsive to when new issues come up, whether it's the legislature is considering something, whether there's an issue going on in public policy. We'll already have data in hand. We don't need to do a new data call to do it. And we can try to bring forth research in a more timely basis than we've ever been able to do before.
Vicki, what distinguishes IRC's work from that of other organizations?
That is a very good question. First of all, I think it is our public policy focus. There are many different organizations that collect similar data to what we collect, but often that data is provided to insurers that they can use internally to make business decisions. Whereas our research is out there in the public, intended to inform the debate on issues that affect not only the industry, but its consumers. The IRC is also unique in that we do not take lobbying positions. Our role, as I said, is to inform the conversation about these issues, and such we do not take positions for or against specific legislation. Our role, rather, is to provide information to inform this debate, and we understand that as we can identify the issues and what needs to be addressed, it is up to policymakers to figure out exactly how to do that.
Is it fair to say that the IRC's research helps to raise the level and the quality of debate around insurance-related issues of the day? For example, like the affordability of personal auto issue that you spoke of earlier.
I'm really proud of the role the IRC has played on the discussion around affordability. So much of the discussion about affordability are people debating what variables can and cannot or should not be used and how we price. But the reality is, pricing is intended to reflect risk. And risk starts from what losses are expected to be paid on policies. So the IRC really focuses first on the losses. We've done some consumer surveys around variables and what can and should or shouldn't you use, but we focus first on the loss. So in 2021, we put out two different pieces. One was a response to the Federal Insurance Office, taking a look at the questions that they ask in a request for request for information. And in that response, we focused on the fact that if you want to talk about insurance being more affordable, you need to talk about how can you reduce the overall losses in the system. Otherwise, you're really just talking about shifting sheep of who pays what. And so I really appreciate the focus they have on taking loss out of the system. They issued another paper in February of 2021 that was taking a look at, from all the different studies they've done over the years, to say what drives loss between different states. And so it includes a state ranking to say what states are most affordable or least affordable, and what are the key drivers behind that. But it all starts from the loss. And I think that's a piece that unfortunately is not thought about enough in some of the public policy debates about affordability. Start from loss before you start having the discussion about how do you price Dale's policy different than Frank's policy when you're talking about your personal auto, your home, or anything else.
The impact of rising litigation costs on insurers and insureds is top of mind for many, including public policymakers. Earlier this year, IRC published a study exploring the role of attorneys in auto insurance claims. Would you tell us a bit about the study and what it found?
Yes, that was a public opinion survey that we conducted, and it looked not only at attitudes towards the role of attorneys in auto claims, but also views about personal injury litigation in general. We found that consumers are very aware of attorney advertising and see that it is increasing. And many do see the connection between that advertising and increased litigation and increased insurance costs. Another interesting thing that we looked at were asking questions about consumer beliefs about how attorneys impact the claim settlement process. And we found that many of their expectations are not consistent with other research that we have done that are based on actual claim data and look at how long claims take to settle or what the ultimate financial benefit to consumers are.
Public policymakers are increasingly interested in issues related to technology and its impact on insurance. The IRC has done some work on telematics, hasn't it?
Yes, we have recently updated some research on looking at consumer attitudes towards telematic programs. And we do see some increase both in awareness of these programs and also participation in them. But there are still significant numbers of people who don't want to participate. And the number one reason for that is privacy concerns. But interestingly, we have found another possible challenge is that many consumers seem to overestimate how they compare to other drivers. That may be a factor with some disappointment in what rating savings they earn through these programs.
Dale, where can lawmakers and regulators go to stay abreast of IRC's work and to obtain access to relevant work product?
The simplest place is to start with our website, and that's www.insurance-research.org. Simple, we are about research, about insurance at the end of the day. On there you'll find our contact information for myself or Vicki Kilgore, who's our Assistant Vice President. You're welcome to reach out to us. We do put all of our reports out for free to our members. You can also purchase them on our websites. But for public policy makers, since you are the key reason why we're here, we're willing to give our research to you as a gratis to support the process that you do, and our members are okay with that. So definitely if you're interested in our research and you're in the policy maker domain, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to share the research that we have.
For more information about the Institute's Griffith Foundation, please visit our website.